This will be rotated counterclockwise. Then the first quarter should have an empty square color. So that's the answer here is letter D. For number 71, very easy. '71, letter A. Are you sure? If you are going to cover this one, so many. If you are going to cover that one, so fill na ko og color. What have you noticed? It has a pattern of black and white, diagonally halved. So here, this one also. So the only way nga na mali siya is letter. It should have two patterns of black and white nga ang up ang naasa shaded. So one, this another one. This is one. Sapat ta. So another one, tapad sila, tapad sila. But here, although two siya, the problem is wala sila gatapad. So that's the reason why it is the odd one out. Okay, the answer for that is letter B. Number 72. 72. So the same, this would be our clue here. The big and small shaded square. And if you're going to see it in this way, the extra square is in the right hand side. Diba? So this is our clue. The extra square is in the right hand side. This one is the same because that is just a rotated. The extra square is in the right hand side also. This one also, this is our clue. The extra square is in the right hand side. The different is in letter D because if this is our clue, the extra square is in the left hand side. Okay. The answer is letter D. Okay? Letter D. Number 73. Is letter A. Letter A because the rectangles should be on the same side. Like here, rectangles are on the same side, the same side, the same side, and the same side. A is different because the other one is crossed to the other side in replacement of the square. So that's wrong. The answer for number 73 is letter A. That's the odd one out. The context here again is that the rectangle should be on the same side. Number 74. 74. Any guess for number 74? Wala? Okay, may nag-chat. Letter E daw. E or letter E, B. Sa pagyod. Alumni Philippines, letter B daw. Okay, the context here is that the sum of the sides should be even. The sum of the sides should be even. So the one that is different in this frame is that letter D. Okay, letter D. So, ingan na. Kay kani ang odd man niya sum of sides. So the rest have even sum of sides. Okay, that's letter D. Number 75. So again, 75, you will use the same context of arrow, no? And it can form as an arrow. And the square is on the left-hand side. Here, the square is on the left-hand side. The square is on the left-hand side of the arrow. Here, the square is on the left-hand side of the arrow. While the different is this letter E, because the square is in the right-hand side of the arrow. So, the answer for number 75 is letter E. That's the odd one out there. 76. Lisod-lisod ang 76. Duwi ko kasabot ani. For 76, that is letter B. Bravo. Why? We have 3 repeating patterns here to consider. Number 1 is the diagonal downward of 2 pairs of opposing shaded square. This one is the squared, the crossed. Another one is diagonal upward of the pairs of opposing shaded squares. So again, our context is, repeating context is that one, another one, and the square. So that's the repeating context here. So this is that one, crossed, kana, that one, ana, then crossed. This one is crossed. This one is diagonal. So what is lacking here is the diagonal downward context. So asa man ang nakuan niya? So the answer is letter B. Okay? Delete. Answer is letter B. Naramdaman ni erase pandiri pencil mo ko gagamit ani. Number 77. Oh, this is the other question that I wasn't able to answer in my end, as I've told you in earlier. So who can answer this question? I have here the answer key, but I find it difficult to understand the context behind this series. Sige, anyone can share? Arich?
Sir, wala sad ko kabalo. Hehe.
What's the letters answer key, sir? The answer.
The answer is letter C. Gikan pa ni atong Monday. Atong Wednesday pa ko hantud karon gatanaw ani wa pa siguro kita sa answer ani. Naglibog po kung sa context. Gikan promise, gikan Wednesday andun karon. So, anyone can share? Ken? Usig na si Ken. Okay, nindot po to perspective si Ken. Kinsa City, ang taga Napola National High School. Tawagan National High School. Kani kay mga aktibo kay ni sila. Na may answer, mga langga. Wala. So, we will skip this one. Uy, naining comment. Pass. Nag-pass ang Napola National High School.
Totropain.
Tutupain. So anyway, the answer for this one is letter C. So we will siguro skip this one. This is the second of the two nga questions nga naglisod po ko pangita sa context. So it's up to you na lang kung saan na yung pagkuhan na pangita sa answer. Okay? Okay na mo? We will move on. Number 78. For number 78, the answer is letter this one belongs to this group. This one also so many. Letter B daw. Okay. This one also can belong either of this group because the elements of inside it can be located in its frame in this group. The same manner with this, this is the combination of elements we can see in this group. Kanisha o, di ba? So it's very clear that this belongs to this group. Well, this one is the odd one out because one of the unique feature here is this one, the crescent, which can only be found in this group, and this oblong, which can only be found in this group. So the context here is that the group membership of the elements should be fixed in one group, no? The group membership of the elements should be fixed in one group. Dili siya pwede nga musagol-sagol. So that's the context here. Okay? So the odd one out here is letter letter B. Number 79.
Sir, balik ta 77, sir. Kagats na ko, sir.
Sige, RH, 77. Sige, lahat ra gini si RH. Sige, kindly share RH.
Ang first, sir, kay paubos gihapon ang kuan, sir. Ay, dili. Kuan di ay kanang pa left to right.
What I understand is that all of these are a mere rotations of the other, di ba?
Ay, sir.
Yes.
Dayon,
So,
ang first, sir, kay para makaadtog next kay i-rotate nimo siya counterclockwise.
okay. Counterclockwise and
And
then
then,
kani sakto ba ni?
Yes, sir.
Or sa pikas?
Dayon ang ingana, sir. Dayon
And
ang first two, sir, kay i-rotate na pod nimo pa clockwise, pabali na pod, ibalik atong sa original.
Kaning duha? Or kaning?
I mean kana day, sir, sorry.
Kaning duha?
I-rotate nimo siya. Yes, sir. Ay kanang isa lang, sir, ang second.
Kani.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rotate
I-rotate
pa
siya
clockwise.
para ma-obtain ni.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Eh kanipod para ma-obtain na. I think so.
Ay, dayon, ang mangkana, di ba, sir, ang naay na nga wala sa third boxes.
Yes.
Para mawala siya kay, unsa ang first ug second boxer, for example, parehas sila unshaded, mawala ang parehas nga unshaded, pareha nga shaded.
Okay. So, para nawala siya din because shaded sila.
Yes, sir.
Is that it? Okay? Sige. Ana ba?
Pareha sila shaded. Ay, kanang pareha bitaw sila, sir. Either pareha shaded or pareha unshaded.
So, the same here po. Nawala siya.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ana, sige. Padayon. So, mo na
Then,
to?
ano, sir? Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Arij.
Yes, sir.
So, the answer here is letter C. Okay? The answer there is letter C. Next, we have here number 79. So, 79, sayon ra po. So, 79, the members of the group here are circles, there is squares, and we can see a frame that has both square and a circle. So it's very clear that the odd one out here is letter D. Number 80. Number 80 is following what movement? What's the answer for number 80? May nag-chat. Letter D. Okay, the answer is letter D. Why? There's a alternating looping of numbers. So 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, and this should be 4. In this case, this should be 2, 1, 0, 1, and there's an alternating looping lagi siya, sorry. So 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Saan naman ko balik? 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 6, 5, 4, and this is 3. So the correct answer here is letter D.